I think there is an obvious winner here in terms of favourites, as Desk already broken down, but let's see if Legacy on this T side can get any early success.
Yeah, see what they got cooking, what they're going to be able to bring out and show us here. First game of the Americas RMR underway, and we're slipping into it. Legacy over on the T side to start things off. CTs will be FURIA back at the bomb site. It's Cello with the Julies. Ooh, always fun for the Julie enjoyers, and he starts it off well. Damage done back from Lato, though.
That's going to hold the line just a little bit longer, and it leaves them a little bit more susceptible to getting that retake to come into play. Yuri through the smoke, going to part another player off. And it leaves Lato and Bartin. They got the Julies, but they're taking stray bullets, and down goes Lato. Bartin against the world, instantly evaporated courtesy of KRÜ. And that'll be FURIA onto the board, lightning fast. Good news for Legacy though, post-plant does give them a few options to play with. So should be able to see this one off, especially with the smoke down in apps. That's really going to pump the brakes.
Got a bit of time to play with, and nades to set yourself up at least. It's not really going to work too well. No flash in the sky. Round on quad, and Yuri sprays into him. Easy pickings up to this point, but skulls will at least fall down, and now problems start to arise. If it goes wrong for Yuri, this is where it could really start to sound the alarm bells, Vince. So all of a sudden, there's only 2 CTs left. FURIA on the back foot here. Legacy looking to make money and get out like bandits with a round.
Oh, those sirens are getting louder and louder. Deciding not to go for a save, going to be going in for the actual retake. They've got the kit in the hands of Cello, but KRÜ was going to have to do most of the heavy lifting here with that A1S. You have to feel Cello needs to burst out of this position, springs down onto the first, but Neck is there to send him packing, and now KRÜ, low HP, 30 to his name, and low time on the clock with no kit. Surely no hope. He's going to go for the full defuse in amongst the smoke. They'll be thanking their lord right now as Neckis comes in with the knife. Surely he's going to hit one of these. Not like this. Legacy, you can't lose. Oh my God. KRÜ with a full 10-second defuse, and Neckis with egg on his face.
Oh, Vince, what's going on? He's lost in the smoke. The blade was going everywhere but where it was supposed to be.
Oh. So early in the map as well, like
so early in the RMR, Vince.
It's such a tilter. I don't know how you can recollect yourself after that. A full 10 seconds. I was saying he's thanking his lucky stars. KRÜ didn't have a kit. It didn't matter.
He didn't need it. He is familiar with a set of pliers. Got in there, snipped all the wires. Oh, mate, it's so brutal. It's so brutal. Even the X-ray through the smoke. He's just tagging the wall up.
Legacy can at least have some form of safety in terms of they've got the full rifles again, they've got the SMGs in play, and they know that FURIA's economy is hanging by the slimmest of margins. So if they get success here, that last round's not going to matter. They line up, and Neckis nearly gets them both. A 2-for-1 trade, looking good for Legacy.
Shake off the previous round, reset, and focus on the here and now. Yuri on the bomb site, though, he's the one to put the defense down. First frag's good. Ooh. Fragmented between 2 different angles though, and it gets a bit awkward. And you've got site control in your favor, time to work with. Bomb can be planted and they can set themselves up. Retake wise, KRÜ and Cello is all that remains. 2 flashes and a smoke in the back pocket. But there is a kit this time.
This is the exact same 2 that were alive last time as well, Jackie, but they don't have Cello and apps to jump down and open up their account. So it's going to be the save. Finally, Legacy. By coming in, all things considered, yes, they have fully invested in this round. They're going to have 5-7s. And they're going to get aggressive as well, falling straight through the smoke with KRÜ deciding to take the fight to Legacy, who are way more passive in this round, understandably so, but it's allowing them to get early access in. But there is the spray. Neckis once again lighting up the scoreboard with 2.
Cello's in position, Vince. The turret on the back of the bomb site.
He's going to have perfect accuracy here. First head has been snatched back. Call now comes through. All those eyes staring at the double stack. And it has been dealt with. Sadizim opens it up. Neckis gets his 3rd. And Yuri can do little but hold on to that 5-7. And of course, as I mentioned, with this being a full-on investment, Legacy now really have the coins. Some of you, of course, may be remembering that Cold Zera used to play with this Legacy squad. We'll see him later today in the RMRs of the Red Canids. But let's see what Sadzin can do with it. Molly down. Not extending to the although it could bait them into a false insecurity, but they do their due diligence. Toss in a grenade and clear their angles. MP9s rip through 2. This is much better start on the side of FURIA. That's the kind of caliber of player he is. They have a second rotational unit in the form of Skulls coming around as well. 15 seconds starting to push and pierce through that smoke. They're getting up close with KRÜ with the spray. Not quite finishing off the shot, but tenderizes them up for Skulls to come in with a triple. And the MP9 sprays all 3 down. Well played, FURIA. Oh, yeah. Tumao decides against that one. He was the player that got utterly destroyed by grenades in the previous round, stuck on the barrels. But he's going to just wait a little bit longer and now starts to push on through. He may try and catch them off guard, but that's going to give his position away. Flash into the peak, and there is Yuri. And this is really important as well, I think, for FURIA. You are a team that is so mechanically gifted with Yuri, KRÜ. Cello's another very solid player in that regard. So it's good to see them take the fight and be like, listen, guys, what are we doing? We're playing passive? Like, we're actually a super talented team. Let's take the fight to them instead.
That's where they're at their best. It's the sort of plays that you want to see coming out from them. Oh. And off the back of a chunky nade as well, you soften them up, make it far easier for the quick kills on contact. They're revving their engines for it. Sights ablaze, smoke blocking off the angle for the quick rotate as well. Skulls again towards CT, looks to spray. KRÜ in the back of the bomb site assisting, and it's only one man left. All up in the 1v3, fast peak but not quick enough as Cello gets domed. 40 seconds on the clock, tries to bait it on the peak. Thought he was quick enough to strike against Fallen, but he's ready.
Curious to see how this story is going to unwind here, Jackie. If we see more aggressive from FURIA, try and take that under control.
Running it down early, smokes up. And go for that rotate off on KRÜ as well, and it might be the right call to make as already problems are being made at middle. Brackets control lost, Yuri up on a balcony. Can he hit him with the elbow? No, just the dink. No connect for the full kill. So Doomau straight in.
Yeah, it's always a sad state of affairs with the best you can hope for is an upgraded SMG to maybe an AK-47, but you are going to be behind once again. Headshot dealt instantly. That grenade actually could finish off Sadzin, who had to push forward. They're making this costly. There's not a lot of funds either on the side of Legacy, so these kills actually are going to catch up just a tad, but it's not as if the economy from FURIA is going to last forever either. Yes, they got enough for this next round, but if they continue to lose out coming towards the end of the half, early confrontation, but a flirtation up on the apps. Spartan forcing back the CTs. This is where they pretty much stamped their flag on the ground last round with a straight up hit through middle. So FURIA obliging from that one, tipping their cap and saying, fair enough, we're not going to get too aggressive this time. Maybe I spoke too soon. Form pushing through, the Molotov misses everything and punished with his life.
Full-on rude boy maneuvers. Goes wild at mid, looking to take the fight on his lonesome. You suffer a casualty because of it, and KRÜ's dabbling with the idea of them coming back towards the B site, so he's sticking around for now. 48 seconds on the clock, that's a rough fight to lose. Skull's going down as his skull shattered, and now they're collapsing, Vince.
Yeah, I think he just peeked too early and basically peeked into his teammate's flash. Like, that is... oof. That's straight up nerves maybe coming to the forefront. They're down to Cello now. Can he hold the line? Double tap. First kill goes his way. And a second on top of it. Denies the bomb plant. Additionally, 20 seconds left. And Barton needs to cartwheel his way out of apps and get this kill quickly. Can't do it. Cello with a 4K. Saves the round. Saves the day. Beautiful.
Instrumental plays. That's big. Huge round. You could see he was feeling it as well. That first shot, right, as soon as he gets the double tap off, the opening frag, it's one of those rounds you know he's going to pop off in. That's what it's coming down to at the minute. It's the individuals having huge rounds. It's all very scrappy. It's the sort of Counter-Strike you want this time of the morning. Cello, though, taking that one to the bank. It felt like it was going to go that way. They'd be on form for Legacy. They're no strangers to causing upsets when they meet FURIA. They won the last time they played back at Copenhagen. And here now on the server, they're looking to try and do it again. But they don't have the guns for it, and they don't have the manpower either. Barton's the only one. Tap him with the tech. Gets the tag off. Fallen forced to retreat. 21. Time on the clock, still giving them room to breathe, but it's the manpower you're worried about. You can slip onto the site, punch in the digits, at least starts to force the issue for FURIA. And they're walking on in, straight through the smoke. Back of the bomb site, you're burning, and KRÜ made it look easy. Blink and you'd miss it. And that's how they get themselves 7.
Dear Diary, I can't find the words to describe all the pain I suffered while playing CS with boring, grey, colourless skins. But everything changed when I opened my first case on Skin Club. I opened cases for free, then upgraded them, and then got into battles, as well as exclusive events and activities. Looks like I'm in heaven of skins. Of course, 'cause it's Skin Club.
Utility being held. Everyone primed and ready. 2 pop flashes there for Lato. Want to set your teammates up if they go for this push in towards the site. KRÜ lurks for the hold, everyone else revs their engines and they begin to make their descent down out through the site. Nekis is good for one, but Fallen trades it back on the Glock. And it's starting to turn into a stalemate. You're giving the CTs room to peak. They're getting confident on it. And one by one, FURIA are starting to fall. It's only KRÜ that remains on the bomb site. He's got the Glock. Smoke blocking his vision, looking for the angle, reads it well, hits the headshot. Okay, how far can you take this one, KRÜ? He's looking to deal damage on it. He's still got ammo in the mag as well. They're pushing onto him, and they'll steal that one away. Legacy needed the pistol, and they grab it through the skin of their teeth.
Now they're going to start looking for a little bit of intel. Nekis scouting out through on second mid in the apps. That's going to allow this rotation to come through, and it's just in the nick of time. The T's haven't managed to expunge through here just yet. And Dumau's still up. They're going to blow open their own smoke, and the flash is on point, blinding most of the T's, keeps them in position, but none of these MP9s have really built on the promise. The bomb's starting to get planted down. Yuri is low, 1 HP to his name. There's a way back in here for Legacy, but Nekis and Barton are going to have to come through with these FAMAS.
Nade should be huge. Right on target, breaks the back of Yuri, he collapses. And that's just what they want to do on the bomb site now. Fallen finds the pick back up, all on KRÜ, 1v1 versus Nekis, lurking in the smoke and playing with the subversion, just waiting for him to walk on in. Paranoid about the back of the bomb site, shot from CT. Another scrappy round.
KRÜ is on the prowl, but the smoke is going to keep Dumau safe for the time being. A couple of bullets do just tickle KRÜ down to 90, but he is undeterred. However, maybe he should have been. Sadzin had the warning shot fired out from Dumau and picks up on that promise and backs off with his scalp.
FURIA throwing over the early util. 36 seconds left on the clock. Sadzin just waiting at the back of the bomb site for go time. Molotov's up, trying to force him out of position. Close fountain as well, assist. It's Dumau that does the opening damage, even gets away with 2, and perfect assist onto Fallen. That's a clean hold.
Surgical in its precision, really well played between the two of them. Dumau is lighting up the scoreboard. A 4K with the MP9, another 2 added into the mix here, and they can upgrade to a couple of AKs. Skulls is going to keep this from being a flawless clean sweep round, and will afford his team a glill into the next one. That could catch the CTs off guard if they're not careful. They may not anticipate him to be this up close and personal.
KRÜ has been eager for these early fights. It's in his blood, it's the way he plays the game. Dumau, though, hits back, and the spray damage is good as well. Fragments the push, makes it more uncomfortable. They waste a bit of time on contact. Dumau still stays alive, and the round itself is dead in the water, Vince. It's getting more awkward the longer this one goes on.
It's successful. And now he's got himself that AWP as he's down on the 8 HP, allows Sadzin to come through with the AK. And it would be a bit of a miracle if FURIA were able to pick this one up from this position. 2 players low, straight into the lion's den, and they have been devoured by Lato. Legacy with a 2-round lead.
Smoke's up though, Vince. Time's going to be about 5 seconds off the back of it. Dumau's just holding for the push out, trying to play anti-flash close on the angle. First one's clean, second one doesn't land.
Timing slightly off as well. Lato not quite there quick enough to deal with one of the crossing players. And so it should be a post plant. This is looking a little bit cleaner from FURIA. They have lost Skulls though, that was on the long flank, the long con to try and wrap into a backstab. His knife blunted. And now, considering there's a Tech-9 in play and not really any utility to speak of between the three of them, there is a way forward for Legacy. Already half of that timer, though, on the fuse has ticked off. Need to get in there quick, looking for a flash into a peak from two players on Coffin, and here it goes. Fallen's going to need to hold his ground, playing that kind of linchpin player between the two of them, and he's got one kill. There is Yuri, and that probably puts this round to bed. It's going to end up being a costly one for Legacy. FURIA have got their 9th.
Similar situation here. Nades passed over. Cello given the close HE. Could break the smoke. Meanwhile, Sadzin posted up. Could have the 1v1 versus Fallen. Sees the shadow, ready for the shot. It's a good connection in the Battle of the Orpers, but it's the B bomb site where it's about to go down. Lato with the connection. Cello, his strings are broken. Yuri on contact, good for the clap back. And they survive through the first test. You get on the bomb site, but what can you do from here?
That's the question, isn't it? They're going to have a post plant for sure. There's no grenades going to be finding themselves. If Yuri misses out on that chance, the round is probably done, because KRÜ is going to go the same way afterwards at such low hit points. Really, FURIA are living by their individual prowess right now. In terms of teamwork, not really there. It feels very shoddy, but they're making it work, and that's the test of the big teams. If you want to make it through to the major, if you want to progress through here, you're going to have to win even when you're not playing well.
10-10 being the scoreline. And for FURIA, they found their form again. Their bites back and they're playing with that confidence that we wanted to see. Cello certainly showing that. Runs straight on in. Nade's going to slow him down with the tagging, but he still gets his man.
Looking to cultivate some chaos with Legacy, but it's backfired tremendously. FURIA will be elated to see this outcome. 2 players down already, and although Bartin may hold on for 1, Nekis needs to go above and beyond with that FAMAS. He's getting himself 1 kill, but there it comes. Eventually, the superior manpower and firepower will rise to the top, as will FURIA. They'll be ahead for what will feel like the first time in forever.
Slightly down numbers, but at least they're pushing for the info back. Try and get the read towards Banana. Depends on the timing, though. Going to be really tight for the rotation to catch back around, especially with KRÜ just watching for the lurk. If they go too fast, it could be problematic. There's the first hit. Meanwhile, Stereo coming back in as Fallen turns up the base on the response back. It's good at least with the MP9. Sadzin doesn't need the orb, but he needs to be breathing, and his teammates try and revive him. Lato makes the play. Legacy. With the Lazarus effect, Vince, they keep themselves in the game for now. 11-11, tie it back up at a pivotal point. For now, tuning back in with round 23, all tied up. Nades out at middle, break the smoke. Sadzin, he saw an opportunity to maybe go for the play out on the peak. Doesn't quite get a chance to take a shot. And they start stealing away space, edging their way up, round through quad. It's Barton with the M4. He's got backup at least, but they're catching contact, and Cello, he's throwing out hands, Vince. Straight through the barrel. Nekis is slain. And this is looking worrying. 3 players alive after that initial damage. They've got the bomb site. You throw away your weapons, it's cooked anyway. So they have to concede the round. FURIA, that's how they get themselves 12, just off the back of 2 simple entries.
They're not just throwing the hands, but connecting. Not quite the KO. He's staggered Legacy. They have to save, but it looks like they'll be able to hold on to these rifles and the AWP, which is so important because their money is in the bin. Sadzin holding on to the AWP for the time being, and with money still allowing FURIA to go for a little bit of a hunt. They're going to find themselves Dumao, who would have been feeling like he was the favorite to win that fight. There's a congregation of T's pushing towards him. And now they'll be praying in the church that maybe a miracle can come through here and they can hold on to these 2 weapons, because if they lose them, this last round is going to be incredibly dicey. Yuri goes in for another one. Sadzin tacked down to 18, but will survive just about by the skin of his teeth. The problem is, though,
see if they could force the overtime. See if they could get themselves into a position to once again have a chance to take this map here on Inferno. Off the back of it, though, it results with just the 1 player staying alive. Feels like it was frivolous. It was all for naught. So you've got to switch up your style of play, and they do that by barreling down middle. Catch them off guard, but Cello is still so slick with it. Hits the AK tap onto Dumao. Is not caught off guard by the rush.
It's not been an amazing performance for FURIA. I'm sure Fallen will be the first to admit it. But it does not matter. It's all about getting that first W in the RMRs. But Sadzin is going to delay that just a little bit longer. Bartin catching skulls, peeking through the smoke. And suddenly, FURIA up against it. Suddenly, overtime looks more likely.
Is that the playground for Legacy? Can they find a way to keep this one turning just long enough? 46 seconds on the clock. Yuri and Fallen, they've got to work in unison. You've got the close angle warp from Sadzin. It's in an off-angle position as well. Try and keep them guessing on the peak. If they're not ready for it, it could be a pivotal first frag. P-Fire comes out slightly early, though. There's the warning shot. You know the position. The repeat's not clean enough, but the response from Barton is exactly what they wanted. MP9 up close, rips them to shreds, 12-12. It's not over, Vince. It's only just getting started.
It's been a while, though, since we've seen one of FURIA players really pop off and grab around and make it theirs. Oh, Barton flashed multiple times. There's Lato that steps up alongside Barton. Headshot also onto Fallen, drops him down to 1 HP. And when Molotov is tossed in, there is the sanctuary of the site for Barton to fall back into. FURIA struggling once again on this T side. Can't really get a foothold.
It's slippery out there at the minute. We've got to find some traction. See if they can dig their heels in. 30 seconds on the clock. If you don't find the next frag, it's really going to unravel. And with Barton continuing to demolish, it looks like things should be over fairly quickly. No real help to work with. Fallen's on a single digit. And Barton will take that one. Another for the total tally. 4K in the round. 17 frags to his name now over the course of the game. And Legacy getting the first round of overtime, putting themselves on 13.
There's that stack up on the quad with Lato hanging around middle.
Sadzin's always looking for an opening opportunity, knows how to utilize that orb in the opening moments of the round. Really good with it in the way that he's taking space. Oh, for Fallen though, it's an absolute barbecue. They've turned up the heat, Vince, but it's not the sort of sauna you want to be in. Dumal running through the smoke on response, though, looking for a pick back in case Serato grabs that one. So you equalize the situation. Sadzin up close with a shotgun warp, good for one. Barton's in a back line to support as well. And it's another round where fists are being thrown out.
Which is still not over, because let's be fair, KRÜ Yuri, two of the most individually talented players on the planet, especially hailing from the Americas, they're still alive. There is still a chance. We haven't seen either of them reach critical mass just yet, but who knows, maybe this is their moment to shine.
Spam's good for the first contact. Neck is down to 54, but it's Lato that looks to let himself loose with a spray. KRÜ, Buchholz, and Yuri is gone. Pivotal round resets things entirely. There's no cash flow problems though. Don't have to worry about that here and now. So Legacy, armed once again with the AKs, full util to their name. You go running up on towards middle. Skulls tucked into the corner. Target priority. Didn't take down the first man. Flicked off too early. And now you've got to weigh in. Low HP. Cello. He goes running in through the smoke. Surprising the back line with the AK spray. And it's getting really bumpy. Up close and awkward. Fallen strikes down onto Barton. Gets one. Puts him in the 2v2. Cello's looking to make plays, but Fallen's doing it for him.
They must know that Dumal was last spotted around the arch side, so they can have a good idea to his position there as Fallen. We've all been there, Skulls. You bite off more than you can chew.
Dig deep now for Legacy. That's all you got left to contend with. They switch up the pace again. Early play out towards Banana, come out relatively unscathed in terms of the initial offensive utility thrown in at least. Cello with a little jiggle, getting reads. Yuri getting confident, but he walks into the bullet of Barton. It's a fast peek and a first frag. This could be the stepping stone they need.
They're going to make the most of this as well. They're picking up the pace. This forces Cello into basically a 1 versus 5. Gets the off angle, sprays good from Skulls. He just needs to survive for Cello. Give them that linchpin to play off. Instead, it's a lineup and Dumas sprays them both down. Are we headed to second OT? Only KRÜ stands between Legacy and that being a possibility.
They want to run it right back, reset the record and go for another spin. And for KRÜ, an opportunity to win this one is few and far between. Angles covered, bomb ticking. Is there anything he can do at this point? Legacy locking it in, feeling like they're ready for another run at things. And that's the final tap. Sadzin connects 15-15. One overtime just wasn't enough. We told you we're just getting started, Vince.
Are they really going to think about pushing middle here? It looks like they're setting up for it. They're going to go for a late mid push. And they get punished. Lato one-tapping Cello.
Oh, the wheels could be coming off. KRÜ realizes he needs to pull out the wrench. Mini pit set up for Skulls, jiggling on contact. Oh, turns his attention at just the wrong time on the re-peek back in. Lato's given a window of opportunity and he'll seize it. In the pit, it's Yuri. Here's the footsteps. He's got to divert his attention. It's a window of opportunity, but it's starting to close. They've slipped onto the site now. Fallen stays alive, but barely.
That could have been the round-winning moment. But there's still a lifeline. Fallen low. KRÜ is going to have to do most of the heavy lifting. Has a Molotov tossed in right now. Smoke alongside it. Forces Nekis away, and they would have heard that singed footstep as Nekis scampers off. The flick on the Fallen. He was the weaker player, but Satsin will not miss. 3 kills in the round, up to 25 frags. Decides against it. Oh, here come the nades though, Jackie. This is going to be a full-on execute. Effectively a 5v3. And a Molotov out Skulls, but he manages to survive. Pulls the plug and lives to tell the tale.
I thought that was a freebie. It seemed like Sadzin was set for that one, right?
Yep.
Play was perfect. You forced him out of position. Should have hit the shot. Same could be said potentially for Fallen here. It looked like he read it well, but Lato is reading them like a book, bit by bit. Finds the headshots. Each and every time they go for a walkout, they try and do something to reel the round back in. Legacy are winning in the 1v1s. Cello's made some major plays, but dinked here on the peek back towards CT side, and you feel trapped. Meanwhile, Yuri literally is isolated. The man on the island, stuck towards the A site. The last-ditched attempt, really. Time's tight on it. If you can do something big, maybe there's room to breathe. Okay, first frag found. Sadzin goes down. Trades clean, and they've still got time to tick the bomb. And for FURIA, dream round, really. 2 to go, though, and that's with no mistakes. You can't afford a single mess-up, and Lato's going to catch Skulls off guard on the run-up towards second mid. So a first pick this time around. You establish yourself early and can back off because of it. Game-winning round for them. If they can just climb to 19. You've got an all-important flashbang on Fallen. That's for pit side. That goes over, blinds Barton, but the response off the back of it doesn't come out. The flick's good. Yuri with the trade on the AK, but you can't afford the trades. It's got to be clean kills.
Time, 12 seconds. Fallen gets the first. The spray is good for Lato, but they just got it in time. Fallen comes through clutch. 7 seconds, enough time for the plant. Her FURIA just snatched this round away. Kept themselves alive, and it looked done and dusted and over. Fallen on 2 HP though, Jackie. A stray bullet and he's a dead man. There is still a way back into this for Legacy.
Kids up on the balcony. Time ticking. Legacy, they know their win condition. They understand what they've got to do, but can they do it when it comes down to the nitty-gritty? Flash over the top. Doom out going in. Spray's good for the first contact. Yuri just trying to outlive, survive, waste time. Hits one. Response back with a USP. Jumps straight on it. He knows he's not got the time for it, Vince.
Oh, stabbing into the air with pure frustration is Dumao. And as the observer perfectly highlighted, the kit was on balcony. But they're on the brink of delivering it.
Push out down through Banana. You catch the rotate from Fallen, and the pressure's being put on. Sadzin, even with just the 5-7 in his hands, hits an all-important frag. He can double back, grab the orb, and then continue to unleash. The scope connects. Skulls shattered. Smoke up on the bomb, but with 30 seconds, the pressure is being added, and Barton, he's slowly making the round-winning play. Cooking it in the backline. Just got to bide his time for the last few moments through the smoke Cello's connected onto, and with 20 seconds, it's KRÜ in a 1v3, sweating, knowing that Legacy are inches away from this game.
15 hit points as well. First headshot comes through for KRÜ, but there it is. Legacy secure the upset victory in double overtime. 19-17. Lightning has struck twice.